What's old naughty JK up to this time? And what was the final straw for Kiana? To answer this and other questions, allow me to take us back to the beginning. Hello and welcome to Lawd Lukan. It's time to give your buckle a good swashing as we set sail for another episode of Love After Lockup. On today's show, JK's pug is worried about being locked up again.
I started get up and get dressed.
It's all about location for Brooke.
Does he know you have a tracker on his phone?
No.
Savannah is learning some life lessons.
So what you're telling me is I need to learn to shut the up sometimes?
Yes.
And Kiana is teaching her man some lessons.
Cheated on the get the
All this and more right here on the Lawd Lukan channel.
I don't know. I guess everyone has different definitions of it. Like it's the place where aliens live. I don't know.
Good morrow, guten Tag, Schweig and Kandinsky to you. Big loves to those who've subscribed, you beautiful people, and a seat by the fire for the lords and the ladies of the Lukan Manor. Ugh, Joey and Michael. Okay, well, keep this one brief. So I thought I'd go and check on my lovely images that I'd left on the hotel website to see if they'd taken them down. Oh, nope, still there. Beautifully done, I thought. And then I saw this comment. Customer service. They'd cancelled my room in order to accommodate another large party. Without notification. It wasn't a third-party booking either. I was reserved over 2 months ago. They did not try and contact me on cancellation, which gave me a delightful idea for my review. Lovely place. They even cancelled some other guy's reservation for our large party. We needed extra space for Martha, my pug and her outfits. Had great fun at the jacuzzi. Might want to give that a rinse. There we go. Delightful. I do wonder if Martin's going to read it. Here's a little tip if you own a business. Monitor what overexcitable silly people might be getting up to on your reviews. Oh yeah, and they broke up and stuff.
I think we should go our separate ways.
Next up, it's a little trip to Fighting Creek in Powhatan County, Virginia, to see Savannah but no Bradley. And, let me just correct that. There we go, that's better. And Fighting Creek here is a lot like their segment on Lalu. You think, ooh, that sounds moderately exciting. Then you get there and it's like, now I'm disappointed. For example, they're in Fighting Creek. Ooh, sounds macho. Maybe it's got a dive bar with a corrugated roof. But no, it's sort of just a wood. The monster at Fighting Creek. Oh, what? No, it's just a frisbee area. Then why name the damn baseball field with colours? This orange field? Very green. If you booked the green field, you'd be like, yeah, but they're all green. Anyway, from one frustratingly stupid thing to another, Savannah hasn't seen Bradley in a whole week, and her feelings are getting sort of complicated.
How you feeling about it? All the things.
Well, it sounds nondescript. Typical narcissist, though. She can't describe what it is because she doesn't genuinely feel it. That she has no empathy, so how could she perform a thing she doesn't quite understand? She is, after all, the queen of the dry cry.
Y'all saying space, what does space mean?
Usually it means they're going to do a bit of hiking in someone else's creek for a bit. It's either the coward's approach to a split, or a coward finding a new split to approach. Breaks are for kids who need to take time out to catch on Dragon Ball Z or something. Here's a question. If Savannah's family wasn't loaded, apparently with money from the CIA after her grandfather worked for them, would Bradley still be there?
At the same time, there's a lot of emotions, I think, that come with coming home.
Yes, you see, it couldn't possibly have anything to do with their attitude, you know? It's the freedom, you see, that drives a man crazy. How could you be so far in denial about it? It's about as credible as Diddy's denial that escort Sharia Hayes, also known as The Punisher, was up to anything naughty at his parties. He was totally innocent. Savannah went to one of the parties once and wasn't very pleased about it.
I don't think it's fair for me to always be the one that gets exploded on.
And what's up with Bradley's sister, Alyssa?
I would do a pop-up. Like, let me tell you something.
That's either good weed or a bad head injury.
Because you're crazy, Alyssa.
And people love me for that.
No, believe me, they really don't. You know those loud alcoholic types that shout and scream and go everywhere creating drama? A face that's had a few black eyes? That's what she reminds me of. You get them in all the dive bars. The half-asleep, fully inebriated bitch with a short fuse, propping up the bar. But for whatever reason, she is now also advisor to Princess Savannah. That has a genius-level plan to get Bradley back.
I was just thinking you was at lunch. Maybe you want some of these Reese's.
Reese's Pieces? Okay, well, let me go check out the old urban Bloody hellfire! I can't read that out aloud. So, anyway, the master plan is to tempt him with candy. And hopefully he'll end up
In my pants.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
That's just not appealing, is it? I'm sure she should be. I mean, she's quite pretty, but she's like that Emma Watson or Katy Perry. I'm sure these two people are supposed to be quite appealing, but most of us guys think they score a 0 on the old trouser Richter scale. Another thing I don't get is what Alyssa's plan is. She doesn't want them to be together, but acts like her wingman when it comes to a spot of the old bedroom boogie, which is probably an indication it's not a good idea. But Savannah has learned something.
Handling things in a crazy way was very destructive in the past and didn't go well for me.
She's learned that being a window-licking, bunny-boiling mentalist isn't the best way of getting things done.
I think that's a good idea.
And it's interesting when you see two narcissistic sociopaths together because they won't let the other be more of a victim than they are.
So
That's
I
what we
love
gotta do
the
it right.
idea of
She'll be bringing up a kid next. Usually does that when she needs to try and pump out some tears for the camera. But maybe words aren't the issue or the fix. Maybe words were the problem in the first place. How about some of those actions? How about some demonstration of reasonability, understanding, and empathy?
So what you're telling me is I need to learn to shut the up sometimes?
Yes.
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 Oh.
Why do you want to be the person that pulls Bradley and Savannah back together?
I don't.
You don't? So why were you trying to lure him into her pants with Reese's Pieces then? Telling her to shut up and be a bit more loving. Unless, of course, he's allergic to peanuts.
Y'all doing worse for each other than better. The bad times outweigh the good, and y'all just need to accept it and walk away.
So, but you... cracky pisshead logic. You can't beat it. And as we leave them for now, we've got one last super duper important question. Who has the least bum? Alyssa or Jawalia? And see where we're off to next is Brooke and JK. And today it's Bring a Film Crew to Work Day. And Brooke, who refers to herself as a merchandiser, she promotes the sale of goods especially by their presentation apparently, is busy at the Lake Whitney liquidation. If you need a sparkly head covering of wonder, or you need to be turning heads in the latest women's fashions, or, you know, if you fancy a good old pearl necklace.
These are cute.
Those are probably plastic, but they aren't the only thing disappointing the ladies today.
What was JK doing today?
Well, he's supposed to be looking for a job.
Captain Amazing, aka JK, is looking for a job in his ex Alex's vagina department.
And come see me. When are you coming?
When's a good time?
Yesterday.
Is that supposed to say Savannah? Save no, Savannah. Messed up the S of it, didn't they? Blew out the end of the H. So, sort of guessing that might be homemade. Also, what's the big pot for at the end of the bed? That dog looks slightly disturbed by it as well. I've seen some things, man, and some stuff. So, will JK go and see Alex behind Brooke's back? It's not really behind her back at all, though, really, is it? All he's doing is showing the viewing world that he can't be trusted, is stuck to his exes, and will lie by omission until you find out what he's actually up to.
I do want to see Alex, but me and Brooke have had conversations about it.
So he thought better of it and didn't go. He realised that even if he doesn't want to be with Brooke, then he should at least treat her with respect and a little bit of courtesy.
I don't expect her to understand, so it's just something I need to do.
Nothing common about sense or courtesy. But what does he expect her to understand exactly? It's not like God came down and bestowed upon him a holy mission of much import. He must make sure that every woman can experience the physical wonder that is intercourse with this love monster. Hold your loins steady though, ladies. Allow me to penetrate your mind with this particular thought. His moment of arrival probably looks something like this. Lucky girls. Ooh, Alex. Oh, I mean, that woman that moved into Brooke's house. I mean, ooh, Brooke, use the handle, use the handle. I am so sorry. I have defiled your poor mind with that awfulness. So here's a bit of The Punisher to clean those retinas for you. Ah!
Oh, that's my ride right there. I'm not gonna lie. Like, bro, I feel anxious.
God got me, apparently. I hope you kept the receipt. We can take him back again.
Probably just stop by and see Alex for a few minutes and,
Spoken like a true addict. I'll just have a little bit. I can give her up anytime I want. Yeah, sure you can. So, JK Awesome springs into action. Well, he kind of tries to, then realises he hasn't had any stomach muscles for a couple of decades and stars it out like it's fine. Good job. Something that's not a good job is his footwear.
My relationship with Brooke, it was just different.
Blimey, nothing says incontinence pants quite like a pair of moccasins. So, JK sneaks his little sneaky self over to Alexis's house, but is unaware that his location is being tracked by Brooke.
How are you checking his location?
Because I got a tracker on his phone.
Are you serious?
Seems like a lot of ladies have been using this bit of technology to track their men's treachery this season. Alexis, who I keep calling Ashley, damn it, got Julius with it just last week. And next to ping someone's radar is JK.
And that's that bull. He's smart. He ain't supposed to be there. He's supposed to be in Waco looking for a job.
And in case you didn't catch that, she said Mart, a little town just east of Son. You got a lot of explaining to do. Maybe he's looking for a job there. Well, let's go check out Main Street. Yeah, well, it's rural. Let's pop up the road, see what else we've got. Well, here's the town hall and the mayor of Mart. Hello. And if you're planning on sampling the rural charms of Mart, you've got either the Youth Detention Centre or there is the luxury of the Western Motel. No, yes, with parking sort of at the side and a choice of soiled or slightly less soiled rooms. I mean, and I didn't actually add these. These are the actual pictures from their listing on Google. And what's with this creepy chair room? Weird. So, with a knock at the door, JK seals his fate. Last spin of the day, and who we gonna get? It's Quiana and Damodrick, and today we're diving straight into conflict as Quiana reveals she read Damodrick's messages and had her suspicions confirmed, even goes so far as to remove the granny pube ring.
I definitely was just chilling. We just had a conversation, nothing went on.
Just a conversation. Yeah, sure, it's like saying World War II was just a slight disagreement. He was only telling her what he wanted to do. He wasn't actually doing the things he wanted to do. An excuse that only him and the people who meet Chris Hansen think is a good idea.
I'm Chris Hansen. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Please.
I wonder if he has to pay the $20 for Zawalia's booty, or maybe he'd get a discount. But Zawalia's butt isn't on his mind. Wouldn't take up much space if it was. He's got a new mission.
Just trying to figure out what I need to do to get Kiana back.
I imagine it'd be something which involves a very sharp pair of scissors and the window of a moving car.
Found some sexy texts to his baby mama. You gonna be mad. I started my period.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good thing, isn't it? That means he's failed to impregnate her for the third time. So generally, we can all count that as a win for the public. So, what's Kiana's solution? She's free of him now, isn't she?
Every time I go in that bitch is something.
Well, that means it's time to take a break.
And that's where we are.
A break, yes, of course. That seems to be the fix-all for the couples this season. That her friend here, whose glasses and nose clearly don't get on very well, thinks that a bit of distance will make it all better. A theory that Damodrick is trying out.
I'm trying to see if I can pull up on you and talk to you.
You talk about what?
So he pulls up, hoping this little indiscretion, and maybe all those other little indiscretions he's had recently, have all floated away in a magical break bubble. And if he plays his cards right, maybe he'll be picking up his underwear from her bedroom floor by the evening time.
You wanna play this game?
I ain't trying to play no game. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, I guess he was sort of halfway there. He was picking his underwear up off the floor, except he wasn't expecting it to be launched at him beforehand. She even went with the headshot with this fluorescent number. God, that was close. Try throwing a shoe. Someone go give her a shoe.
Cheated on the get the
Is that the end for Kiana and Damodrick? Will that be the end for Brooke and JK? With that, we've reached the end of the video for today. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's always a pleasure to have you all here at the Manor. So if you enjoy what I do, then please do like, subscribe, and try one of these delightful offerings. So until we meet again, stay beautiful, love to my three, and you take care of yourself.
Please subscribe now for